I will destroy the kid, man. I'll throw him out of the ring. I wanna get in fight with him. I wanna test him. I wanna put pressure on him. I wanna make him tired, wrestle with him, throw him out of the ring.
Filip Hrgovic has fired a brutal warning at Moses Itauma, dismissing the hype surrounding the rising star and insisting the undefeated prospect is about to face a completely different level of opposition. Meanwhile, Filip Hrgovic believes he will give Itauma the toughest test of his career and force him into unfamiliar territory. He remains confident he has what it takes to upset the unbeaten contender, despite being overlooked by many. Hrgovic sees this fight as his chance to prove the critics wrong and re-establish himself as a leading heavyweight contender.
But I think I'm the biggest test for him. And I think I'll give him some. With me in the ring, he'll feel something that he never felt before. And yeah, I believe in myself that I can beat him. And I know whole world write me off. It's like you said, all about him. And that's the way it is. This is my chance to prove everyone wrong and to beat this guy and to become world champion.
On the other hand, Moses Itauma gives his opponent full credit, citing his achievements and proven record as reasons to respect him. At the same time, Itauma believes that confidence disappears during their in-person interactions, suggesting it only returns once they are apart. For Itauma, respect will be there when the fight begins, but he doubts his rival truly shares that belief.
No, I do, because like he has earned his stripes, you know. Like, and I haven't achieved what he's achieved. Like Olympics, so bronze medal.
Yeah.
Like I beat David Adelaide, beat Dave Allen, beat Zhang, beat so Joyce. Like I ain't done that. Do you know what I mean? So I give him credit, and that's why I give him the utmost respect, because when I jump in the ring with him, like I'm gonna respect what he has. The thing is, he don't have that energy when I'm with him. Like, he don't have the energy when we're sitting face to face. So, I don't know, it's just all of a sudden leaves the room and he's got confidence.
At the same time, Filip Hrgovic respects Itauma's athletic gifts and boxing skills, but questions whether he has the mindset needed for a brutal heavyweight fight. He believes Itauma has never shown the relentless mentality or fighting instinct that defines the division's toughest competitors. In Hrgovic's view, natural talent alone will not be enough when the pressure is at its highest.
Do you believe he's willing to die in the ring? You mentioned that in the press conference. You said you need to be able to die or willing to die in the ring. Do you believe he has that?
No, I don't believe he has that. Not now, but since the beginning, I don't see him as a warrior. He's a good fighter, skillful, talent. He got like physical talent, but his the way he look like, the way he talk like, the way I just don't see him as a tough man. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but when I see him, I just don't see a warrior. You know, I see a normal guy.
In contrast, Moses Itauma believes he has what it takes to stop Hrgovic and is confident in his ability to break him down. However, Itauma makes it clear that if personal lines are crossed before the fight, there will be no mutual respect afterward. For him, once that boundary is broken, the rivalry becomes far more than just business.
Can I stop Filip Hrgovic? Do you know what? If he says he's an animal, I'm gonna make him Jack. I reckon I can make him Jack.
Who's going out the ring?
But I'm the type of person though, if I got a problem with you before a fight and we have a fight, I'm gonna have a problem with you after the fight, even if you say, do you know what I mean? So there's certain boundaries I don't cross.
Yeah.
You know? And if Filip Hrgovic, do you know what I mean, crosses too many, so it's just like after the fight, there's none of that, just because we had a fight, it's business now.
There's no handshakes and hugs?
No.
Even so, Filip Hrgovic maintains that he has built his career by accepting difficult assignments rather than looking for safer options. He views Itauma as a dangerous opponent because of his style, athleticism, and youth, yet believes those challenges are exactly what top contenders should embrace. Hrgovic makes it clear that he had no interest in taking the easier route.
I mean, I'm telling you from the beginning, but you don't believe me. I'll fight anyone, you know, I never run from any fight. So he was in the contract, one of the 5 guys, he was available. I'll fight him, that's it, you know, simple.
Does this fight go
Good
inside the distance?
I mean, it's hard fight, you know, southpaw, no one likes to fight southpaws, young kid, fast. I could have have easier maybe opponent like someone, but it is what it is. I'll never run from any fight.
Moses Itauma approaches boxing as a challenge that can be figured out through careful planning and preparation. He believes every opponent has weaknesses that can be exposed with the right strategy, leaving little room for fear. While he admits some matchups are more demanding than others, he remains confident in his ability to adapt. For Itauma, success comes from solving the problem in front of him.
Listen, I think boxing is, for me, it's a puzzle. And with the right preparation, I don't feel like there's a puzzle that I can't solve. So I wouldn't say that I necessarily fear anyone. It's just there are fights out there that might be easier than others.
Filip Hrgovic is confident he has the power to end the fight in the opening round if the opportunity presents itself. He plans to abandon his usual slow starts and come out with immediate aggression to test Itauma from the first bell. Rather than relying on a tactical approach, Hrgovic wants to force an early exchange and find out how well Itauma handles intense pressure.
Do you think you could knock him out in the first round?
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Look this. Touch this.
You're strong, mate.
Man, I'm strong like a rock. I can knock out a horse.
Yeah.
So, of course, I believe, and he start fast. You know, don't start fast. I'm slow starter, but this fight I will start fast. I must train to start fast, and I wanna get into the fight with him. I don't wanna box too much with him. I wanna get into the fight and see how tough he is.
Continuing the breakdown, Frank Warren argues that Itauma has consistently answered every challenge throughout his rapid rise in the heavyweight division. At the same time, he stresses that Hrgovic represents a different level of danger because he remains in his prime, has proven extremely durable, and possesses serious punching power. Warren expects Hrgovic to attack aggressively from the opening bell in an attempt to seize control before Itauma finds his rhythm.
And it's more than that. You know, this is a fight where, see, I don't quite agree with what you said about Moses. Moses has stepped up every time. He's only 21. Look at his record. Look at what he's fought over the last 18 months, 2 years. They're all top quality heavyweights.
But this is a guy who's still in his prime, though.
Well, of course it is, yeah. But you know, he's fighting a guy who's in his prime and a guy who's dangerous. He's never been knocked out. He's had stoppage on a cut. He's never been knocked out. And he's dangerous, as you say, and he starts fast. He's certainly early on in fights. He hits hard. He's a big puncher, and he believes. And I know what their tactics are going to be in this fight. You know, Keith Connolly touched on it at the press conference. As soon as that bell goes, they're going to go and try and take him out.
Moreover, Gareth A. Davies views the matchup as a high-risk fight for both heavyweights, but believes the pressure falls more heavily on Hrgovic. He argues that a defeat could seriously damage Hrgovic's standing among the division's top contenders and make his path back to a world title far more difficult. In Davies' view, Hrgovic has more at stake than anyone going into this fight.
Both men, I mean, I think it's a really risky fight for both of them in some ways. But it may be more risky for Filip Hrgovic because he's got that position of number 5 in the world of Ring Magazine at the moment. Frank Warren yesterday as he was telling me, you know, that look, what matters right now for these guys is where they're ranked with the sanctioning bodies. And obviously Moses is right up there and has to fight for a world title very soon if he keeps winning. There's a lot to lose for Filip Hrgovic. It's going to be very tough for him if he loses.
Furthermore, Davies expects Hrgovic to provide Itauma with a demanding test, but still gives the edge to Itauma because of his speed, movement, and sharp timing. He believes Itauma's style is ideally suited to exploiting openings against Hrgovic if he performs at his best. Davies also sees this fight as a sign that Queensberry is ready to match Itauma with elite-level opposition.
It wouldn't be a surprise if he gives Moses a very difficult night. I don't think he will. I think stylistically he's good for Moses. If Moses is on top form, in and out, being quick, looking for openings, that left-hand lever that he has, which is extraordinary. Great feet, in and out, shuffling, moving, dancing. I think this is a terrific matchup right now, and it's clearly Francis Warren, Frank Warren and Queensberry letting Moses off the leash now 14, 15 fights into his career.
Analyzing the matchup, Dominic Ingle favors Itauma because he expects his speed and sharp counterpunching to create constant problems for Hrgovic. He believes Itauma will avoid prolonged exchanges and capitalize whenever Hrgovic commits too heavily to his attacks. Ingle predicts that the approach will gradually wear Hrgovic down and eventually lead to a late stoppage victory.
It'll be a good fight for him, and as long as Moses does what he can do and he trains to the best of his ability, I think he'll be a bit too fast for Hrgovic, and he'll be in there quick and he'll be clipping him fast. You know, so I think if Dave Allen can stand up to them shots, and he did stand up to him, he was taking him, he was still on his feet, and the kid was loading up on him. And Dave is quite easy to hit when he's covering up. He got stopped on his feet, Dave, and he probably could have took them shots for another couple of rounds. I don't think it would be a good idea to be taking those shots for another couple of rounds, but he could have done. And I don't think Moses is going to be there to be taking those shots, and he's going to be there for quick counters, and he's going to catch Hrgovic as he's loading up. So that fight, I think he'll end up stopping Hrgovic somewhere down the line.
Continuing his thoughts, Dominic Ingle believes Itauma's fearless approach could work in his favor against Hrgovic. He expects Itauma to fight with confidence, take calculated chances, and trust the preparation he has put in before stepping into the ring. Ingle also believes Itauma and his team will enter the contest with a clear plan to exploit Hrgovic's weaknesses. Overall, he expects an entertaining and highly competitive fight.
I think Moses is a bit, he's young, and he's only like 20, 22, and I think at that age you don't really know what your boundaries are. You like, it's just a crash, go out and crash bang wallop. You're not that cautious, and you're a bit reckless. That's where you get, we've got the best performers like people like Naz, Ryan Rhodes, fighters early on in their career when they're young and they're carefree. They go in there and they take risks, don't they? Type Mike Tyson, look at him, 20, 21, 22, vicious. And I think he'll be the same with Moses. I think he'll have already had a good look at Hrgovic, and he'll know what he's going to be doing with him, so it'll be a good fight. That, do we know when it is? Is it August 29th? So yeah, it's I believe he's on a training camp in Marbella at the minute, Moses, so yeah.
Abel Sanchez considers Itauma one of the toughest challenges in the heavyweight division because of the destructive way he has handled his opponents. While acknowledging that Itauma has yet to prove himself against the division's top names, Sanchez believes Hrgovic has the experience and mentality to face him without hesitation. Sanchez is confident that Hrgovic would remain composed and unfazed by Itauma's growing reputation if they were to meet in the ring.
I think that's the toughest fight for everybody in the division right now. He's a young up-and-coming. He hasn't fought anybody really in the top 10, but he looks destructive against the guys that he fights. Figure that out.
You've been impressed by Moses so far?
Well, absolutely. He's a young Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was doing the same thing when he came up until he met somebody that wasn't afraid of him, and Philip wouldn't be afraid of him if he fought him anyway.
However, Frank Warren rates Itauma as one of boxing's brightest young talents, but believes Hrgovic presents the biggest challenge of his career so far. He points to Hrgovic's durability, extensive professional experience, and accomplished amateur background as qualities that make him a formidable opponent. Warren views this matchup as a major step that will reveal whether Itauma is ready to compete with established heavyweight contenders.
I think he's a star, but he's up against the fella he's fighting. He's no slouch, is he? Filip Hrgovic is a tough guy. He's never been knocked out. Stopped on cuts against Daniel Dubois, who's was world champion. It's a real step up for a 21-year-old heavyweight against a guy who's got a wealth of experience, not only as a pro, but as an Olympic medalist.
Frank Warren admits Hrgovic is a dangerous opponent, especially in the early stages of a fight, but insists the timing is right for Itauma to take this step. He views the matchup as the kind of challenge Itauma must overcome if he wants to earn a world title opportunity. Warren believes there is no better way to measure Itauma's readiness than against an experienced heavyweight of Hrgovic's caliber.
Obviously it's heavyweight boxing, so anything can happen in there, but when making this fight, was there any concern that it may just be a little bit too soon in Filip Hrgovic, who we know certainly in the first half of a fight is extremely dangerous?
That is all what you said is absolutely right, and that's what we looked at and everyone's looked at, but we believe it's a time to step him up, and that's what we're doing. He said he wants to fight for a world title by the end of the year, and this is the sort of, Filip's the sort of guy he's going to have to beat if he's going to fight for a world title.
Still, Spencer Oliver and Paul Smith expect Itauma to defeat Hrgovic, but believe he will have to earn every moment of the victory. They describe Hrgovic as a complete heavyweight, with size, power, a strong jab, and underrated defensive skills, making him a genuine threat. In their view, this is the toughest examination of Itauma's career so far, and the fight that will reveal whether he is truly ready for the sport's highest level.
I think it's much more difficult than that. I think he wins the fight, but Hrgovic is an elite heavyweight. I think we did see that. You know, he's tall. He imposes that. You know, he imposes his figure. He's got a wicked jab, wicked right hand. He's a problem, and defensively he's better than what you give him credit for. Yeah, he cuts up very easy anyway. We've seen that in recent fights. Absolutely, yeah, we see that in recent fights. But I think he's a big problem. It's a huge step up for Moses, and I think we get the answers that we've been waiting for from this kid. And if he's as good as we think he is, you know, if he's the next coming, then Moses Itauma gets the job done. But it's not an easy night by no means of the stretch.
No, it's not.
I think exactly that. I think he beats him. I think ability-wise, he should beat him. Yeah. It's not an easy night. It's not an easy fight. It won't be a blast out. It won't be a blowout.
Elsewhere, Adi Oladipo expects Itauma to face one of the toughest tests of his career against Hrgovic. He believes Hrgovic has regained confidence under Abel Sanchez, while already possessing the durability and technical skills to trouble any heavyweight. In Oladipo's view, Hrgovic sees Itauma as a talented prospect who still has plenty to prove against elite opposition.
I think it's going to be a really good fight. I think this is a test for Itauma. I think Hrgovic has a new sense of belief under Abel Sanchez. I think he believes in his cardio a bit more. He's always had the chin. He's always had the boxing ability. The fundamentals are down, right? I mean, he's a very good boxer. He's without doubt a top 10 heavyweight. So he looks at Itauma like, yes, you're good, but A, you're still a kid, and B, you haven't beaten anyone.
Even so, Adi Oladipo favors Itauma because his quickness, movement, and awkward style give him a clear advantage on paper. He believes the real challenge begins if Hrgovic connects with a heavy shot, as no one knows how Itauma will react under that kind of pressure. Oladipo views this contest as the clearest indication yet of where Itauma truly belongs among the heavyweight elite.
I personally think that Itauma is too fast. I think Itauma does hit hard, but ultimately I think speed kills. And I think Itauma's boxing ability, southpaw, I think is a nightmare. Honestly, I think is a nightmare. But we've all said this. What happens when he gets cracked on the chin? Like, what happens? Can he absorb him? I mean, if he can, then he's Superman, right? Because ultimately, Hrgovic is a 250-pound guy. If he hits you, it should hurt. But I'm so intrigued by this matchup, and I think it's almost a how good is Itauma matchup. Like, is Itauma really that guy? I think he is, but I think we'll find out a lot about him when they get it on.
The countdown is nearly over, and all the talking will soon give way to action inside the ring. Hrgovic has questioned Itauma's mentality, while Itauma has welcomed the challenge without backing down. Now, one of heavyweight boxing's most intriguing matchups is set to reveal who was right. Who do you think leaves the ring victorious? Will Hrgovic spoil the hype, or will Itauma prove he's ready for the elite? Let us know your prediction in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest boxing news and fight analysis.